Hi everyone, my name is Karen. Today I will be talking about Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. Fingersmith tells the story of two orphan girls, one by the name of Susan Trinder and the other by the name of Maud Lily. Now these two girls have lived completely different lives. Susan lives in London in Land Street, which is a very poor neighborhood. She has been brought up by Mrs. Suxby, who is kind of like the main matriarch of this criminal family. Susan has been brought up to be a fingersmith and to be a thief, and on the other side of the country basically lives Maud Lily. She has been brought up to live this really wealthy life. She, for the majority of her childhood until she was about, I think, 11 or maybe 9, I don't remember correctly, but one of those two ages she lived in a madhouse, and then she was sent to the country to live with her uncle, who's a very peculiar, odd, and cold, detached man. So both of these girls' lives come together because Susan has propositioned a scheme in order to get all of Maud's inheritance. So Maud is super wealthy, super rich, and a character by the name of Gentleman, or Richard Rivers, decides that he wants to go ahead and marry her and then steal all of her money. So he gets Susan to become Maud Lily's maid and her friend in order to persuade her to fall in love with him. In all of this grand scheme, there's a lot of twists and turns, and Maud Lily and Susan Trinder end up falling in love. So that's basically the general plot of the book. I have to say that I absolutely adored this book. I think it's pretty much my favorite book I've ever read, which is kind of a big deal. I read Tipping the Velvet by Sarah Waters previously, and I absolutely loved it, and I thought that it couldn't get any better, and I was completely wrong because Fingersmith is just a million times better. So the things that I really loved about this book. The first reason why I love the book was because it has amazing twists and turns. I absolutely love that you had no idea what you were getting into when you started reading, and then the book completely changed into something else, and you know, you couldn't put the book down because every single chapter kind of revealed something else and something different and something that you weren't really expecting. The second reason is because it is just a very developed plot. I think that the reason why I love Sarah Waters so much is because she doesn't just write one thing in her novels. And I think that unfortunately sometimes nowadays when you're reading, let's say, a romance or a mystery, that specific theme is very developed in the book, but everything else is sort of just, it's not that complex. And I think obviously, you know, books, they're kind of, you have categories of books. You have fiction, you have non-fiction, and under that you have mystery, thriller, drama, biographies, autobiographies. You have all of these things, and then unfortunately some writers just focus on that one thing that the book is categorized as, and then the rest of the plot is just kind of not really developed. And I think that Sarah Waters does a really, really great job at developing every aspect of her books, not just the romance, which is what really drives the book, but also the supporting characters and the main character's backstory and the plot and the suspense and the thriller. You can definitely tell that as an author, she definitely takes her time to come up with everything and to make sure that all the pieces fit together, and the book is the composition of all these wonderful things. The third reason why I love the book was because of Maud Lily. I thought that character was fantastic. I have never read a character like Maud before. She surprised me time and time and again. She was really dark, and there were definitely points in the book where I did not know what was going on in her mind. It was definitely a book that you didn't know what to expect from the character, and I really enjoyed that. It was really interesting because she was kind of like a puzzle that, you know, you had to read the entire book to figure out. So I really, really loved her character, and I think that she really has become one of my favorite characters of all times. Yeah, like I said, Fingersmith is absolutely amazing. Not only did I read the book, I also watched the movie. Just like Tipping the Velvet is a BBC adaptation, and it was actually really good. I didn't enjoy Tipping the Velvet that much, the film adaptation of it, but I thought that Fingersmith was really, really well done. The people that they got, the actors were really, really great actors. The script was really close to the book. Just everything looked really great. The sets were really great. The locations were really great. I think that if you really want to check out a really great film adaptation, you should definitely check out Fingersmith, because they did a really tremendous job with it. So yeah, Fingersmith is the book by Sarah Waters, and I absolutely love it. I loved it so much that now I have all the Sarah Waters books that she has ever written. I just completely fell in love with her writing, and I think she just gets better and better. And it's a really different book than Tipping the Velvet, so if you read Tipping the Velvet before, you didn't feel like you enjoyed it, you can definitely still check out Fingersmith, because it's a much slower, calmer type of read. Tipping the Velvet, there was a lot of stuff going on all the time, and this one you're able to kind of, you know, go through the chapters and digest them and understand them, and things aren't moving so quickly all the time. And I know that there's some readers out there that don't enjoy books like that, that are always, you know, really, really fast paced. Fingersmith is a lot more of a slow burn kind of read, and it's, I mean, it has an insane twist and an insane payoff at the end. It's just, it's wonderful. I mean, when the first twist was revealed, because there's a couple of twists here and there in the book, when the first twist was revealed, I had to like go ahead and read again, because I was like, did that just happen? Did I read it wrong? Am I going crazy? Like, what just happened? I need to go and check it out again. So yeah, thank you very much if you watched this video, and bye!